Street Fighter EX3 is a 3D fighting game that was originally released for the PlayStation 2 in 2000. It is part of the Street Fighter EX series, which is a spin-off of the main Street Fighter franchise. While the game was released over 2 decades ago, it still holds a place in the hearts of many fans. Here's a review of Street Fighter EX3 based on its reception and features. Street Fighter EX3 retains the core gameplay elements of the Street Fighter series while adding a 3D dimension to the fighting. It features a roster of characters from the previous X games and some new ones, each with their unique moves and special attacks. The game introduces the tag system, which allows players to switch between characters during fights. This adds a layer of strategy to the gameplay as you can combo between characters and use their strengths to your advantage. The game's 3D graphics, while not as polished as some contemporary fighting games, were impressive for the PlayStation 2 at the time. The character models and animations were well done, and the stages had a decent amount of detail. Street Fighter EX3 features a soundtrack that's a mix of classic Street Fighter tunes and some new tracks. The sound effects are also in line with the series standards, adding to the overall atmosphere of the game. The reception of Street Fighter EX3 was somewhat mixed. While it had a dedicated fan base, some critics and players found it lacking in comparison to other entries in the Street Fighter series. Some of the criticisms centered around the relatively small character roster, and the 3D gameplay not being as refined as the 2D counterparts. However, others appreciated the game's unique tag system and its attempt to bring a fresh perspective to the franchise. Street Fighter EX3 is a somewhat divisive entry in the Street Fighter series. Whether you'll enjoy it or not largely depends on your personal preferences. If you're a fan of the classic 2D Street Fighter games, you might find the transition to 3D a bit jarring. However, if you appreciate the series' characters and are open to trying a different style of gameplay, it's worth giving Street Fighter EX3 a shot. Just keep in mind that it's a product of its time, and there have been many more Street Fighter releases with more advanced features and gameplay since then.
今日も技が冴えてるぜ。そんなんじゃ勝てないぜ。